Gang right to the side sex. Leave the fire and the real style stuff. I'm on the grind like we're chasing the stars. From Millmore to Du Valley, we've come so far. Talk about legends, yeah, we know the score. Ronnie and Bobby, we remember you more. From the highs of the Wembley fight to losing our trousers, still we ignite. Red and white with the pride, we're never gonna bow. Fighting like middlemen, hear the roar now. We're middlemen, we stand up tall. Through ups and downs, we give it all. From Millmore to Du Valley.
Good evening and welcome to your number one Rotherham United podcast here on KV Terrace Talk. I'm your host for Millers or Midweek Millers, Bez, and I'm joined so far by two esteemed guests with hopefully another one to join us later on. I'll start with the man who is directly above me at the minute, Mr. Reliability himself. It's Turbo Tom. How are you doing, Turbo Tom? You okay?
All right, Bushy, Bezzy, how's it going, boys? Another positive week incoming, I'm sure. The excuses are all ready, and I look forward to discussing our club.
Another week goes by, and it's another week where Rotherham don't have any injuries, don't have any illness. Yeah, too right. And also to my right, Mr. Lee Bush himself. How are you doing, sir?
Good evening. Good evening, lads. Good evening, Tom. Good evening, Bez. Good evening, Rotherham United fans. Good evening, Happy Clappers. Good evening, Media Spin. Isn't it ironic how all the Happy Clappers were slagging Jordan Hugel off, and in today's paper, we're hoping he's going to be fit to save the season? Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, isn't it? It's unbelievable.
Media spinning overdrive. Fans telling you you're not a real fan if you go against the grain. It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. I am hoping as well that we do get a third guest in Mr. Tiny himself. I think he's running a little bit late at the minute, so hopefully he will join any minute soon. Just a couple of comments before we start. Mr. Tom Brown himself, how bad is our luck? With a crying emoji. Pete Scott, have a good show, lads. Hope you can find something positive to talk about. That'll be difficult. The real Phil Smith, evening everyone, happy Thursday. Evening, Mr. Phil Smith. How are you doing? Right. The first thing I want to start with, obviously, I'm not going to go into the Huddersfield game because we kind of covered that on the aftermatch and also Monday's show as well. But just one thing I did want to talk about, which came out of Monday, and it was talked about a little bit on the show on Monday, and it was the fact that I went with my friend to the game. At the end of the game, he went down to the bottom of the stand to kind of have a go at the players, have a go at the manager, and I kind of stayed where I were. And as I kind of meet him, as he's walking back up the stand, he's having an argument with a lady. And this lady is apparently saying that Rotherham played really well on Saturday and we shouldn't boo and we shouldn't do this. And it just reminds me of, this is why I do think that it's quite quiet in terms of the fans booing and being unhappy and maybe trying to do some sort of protest. I think they're worried that other fans will call them, not real fans, and you should support the team, not go against them, etc., etc. So I'm going to come to you first, Tom, because as a fan, I went to Stockport, and this is what happened. I went to Stockport. Stockport took the lead. I started saying, Hampshire out. There was a couple in front of me who would have been 50 plus. They turned around and said, "Oh, shut up! Go and support someone else, or don't come if you're going to be." Go Sport Wednesday. Yeah, and this is the thing, right? All I did was go to a game. I want to air my views. I feel like I can't. So, what do you think? Like, why are Rotherham fans like this? Like, you don't see it in other club. It just seems to be Rotherham fans. Like, why do we get why do people, fans, have a go at us when we just want the best for our club? It seems to me that they don't. Just wondering what your thoughts on it all, on all of it is, Tom.
So I think the majority of those fans of a certain age, Lee and Bez, I think they're of an age where they're still living in the mid-90s, if I'm being honest with you, where we should just be happy if we score a goal, happy that we win the auto windscreen shield, everything we do now, because
you should just be happy you've got a club, Tom. Just accept it.
Effectively, that's what it is. That's how they read it. It becomes part of a routine for them. Routine for people is key. Us fans here, right? Certainly you, Bez, you go week in, week out, mate. Me and Lee go when we can. And obviously Tiny, who might be joining us, goes week in, week out. You're of a generation where you expect better standards. I mean, I'm 40 this year. I think you're a year older than me, Bez, and Bush is a couple of years older than that. He doesn't look it though. So I'm only joking. But listen, I think it's just a expectation thing. Their expectations are in the bin, and it's complete fact. They are happy. Is it to do with the club to go watch?
Could it be to do with the fact that, let's face it, 12, 13 years ago, the club was that close to being extinct? So could it be to do with that?
No, I think absolutely not, because I was here when that was as well, and I don't have that mentality. The only people that have that mentality are usually on the dolo or left there. You know what I'm saying?
I think
broke-ass people mentality. That's what it is. A broke-ass man's mentality. Like, you can never. I've had it all. Like, oh, you can't buy this car. You can't. Listen, I can do what I want. Yeah, because I work hard, and I ain't got a broke-ass man mentality. So I will try and get the best for me and my family. Yeah, and I've got ambition, and that's what it's all about. Ambition. Some of these fans have got nothing to do with any ambition. They sit at home, broke as fuck, mad at the world. These are the type of people you're dealing with, unfortunately. Yeah, they vote Labour. They're happy to the government to control them. They're the type of people that will clap, and then they're the also type of. So I was looking at doing the protest and maybe put some tennis balls on. Oh my God, if you do tennis balls, I'm going to report you. They should be kicked out. We'll get a point. Listen, how many clubs have had a point deduction for throwing a tennis ball on a pitch? Come on.
0.
Stop being silly, boys. Yeah. Get some balls, get some cooners, but they don't. They'd sooner report you. This is what you're dealing with at this football club. They're not real people. They're not real men. They're just weak-ass people. And that's why I said, unfortunately, the town of Rotherham is full of too many weak people. And that's why they've been trampled on by the government, and they've allowed to let the town itself go to decay. It's been overrun by immigration and everything else. But we're going very deep there. And I'll be called far right and everything else, but I'm just speaking facts. Yeah, Rotherham has been let down by a Labour government for years and years and years, and then you still get Muppets voting Labour in Rotherham. That's where you're at with these people. No ambition, no life.
I think what I would say, Lee and Dave, I think a lot of our happy clapper fans, as we call them, they are routined. They're all about 3 o'clock Saturday. We'll go to this pub first. We'll have his breakfast. We'll go to this pub first. Then we'll go to the game. We'll have a moan to each other. And no matter what the result, we'll still support the team, which is why we've got a bit of a poor mentality. I do think that will change as the years go by. But as things stand right now, I still think that we are the majority of our fans that are the happy clappers are still sort of your 1990s downtrodden supporters, to be honest with you.
But surely, right? So, like, I know what you're both saying, but surely you can't enjoy losing. Like, you go to the game to support your team and you want your team to win, right? And, you know, if you're in a situation where you win one week, you lose the next, you win, you lose, you can always take that. But this team's been losing every week now for 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, I get it's a loser's mentality, but I just don't understand how these fans can still enjoy going to the game. This doesn't make sense to me.
Well, Bez, you go to the games, pal. Do you wake up on a Saturday for a home match, for example, 9 o'clock in the morning? Do you think, yes, I'm going down to New York today. Let's see what happens. No.
But this is the point. So if I went back 10 years, then I'd wake up and I'd be like, yes, can't wait for the game today. But now I'm almost in my head thinking, God, what excuse could I give today for not going? That's how bad it is for me. Yeah.
I mean, like you said, Dave, we're the same age, mate. Do you know what I mean? And it's for me. Here's Tiny. Here's Tiny. I'll bring him in.
Yeah. Is he look?
Tiny.
Yeah. As Leo, buy you a watch. Don't you worry. Are you all right, Tiny?
Yeah, I were a little bit delayed getting in from work. Weather's been awful, so buses were delayed, so I ended up getting an Uber.
Yeah, to be fair, the weather's horrendous today, yeah. So, right, well, cheers Eddie for joining us, Tiny. We'll move on from us having a go at our own fans, shall we?
Yeah, so I mean, just quickly, because obviously Tiny's a younger generation fan, but he doesn't accept it either. So, yeah, what's Tiny's sort of thoughts on the fan base that, you know, you're not a proper Rotherham fan if you boo the players. You're not this if you boo the players. Like I think about the tennis balls. Oh, can't do that. I'm going to report you. Like, people wanting to report me. You know, like my own fans. Oh, I'll report you if you throw a tennis ball on the pitch. Crazy.
So, yeah, Ty, just to sum up, we've been talking about the fact that, example I gave was I went to Stockport. Stockport took the lead. I then said, I'm sure out. And a couple in front of me, must have been 50 plus, turned around and said, oh, shut up with that. Good sport Wednesday. He's gone anyway. Tiny's gone. Right, let's move on then. I don't know where he's gone. Let's move on. Right, some comments. Adi, we need Hugo back. I don't know if he's being sarcastic there or what.
Well, you hated Hugo, didn't it?
That's what I mean. No, that's my point. That's my point, yeah. Russ, evening, lads. You're only babbies. I'm 51, Tom. Wow, okay. You don't look 51, Russ. You look 40. Joking. Billy Ullman, the majority of our fan base are stuck up. They clap us off after a bad performance. And most complain when someone's in their seat and away game. And you know what? That is right, actually, because, you know, I've had that before where we've got there. We've just found the nearest seat, stood there or sat down or whatever, and the fans go, and you're in my seat and you have to move. I completely agree with you there, Billy.
Yeah, because there's no seats left, is there?
Exactly, yeah. The real Phil Smith, Tom calling out Lee's age is a bit cheeky.
No.
Though, man. I look damn good, don't I? You know what I mean?
All I said was that Lee's older than us.
The real Phil Smith.
Yeah, that is him. That is him. Yeah.
Please stand up.
Unfortunately, from a team's point of view, people aren't raised like they used to. And I think that's a great point, actually. Kids get away with things we would have never dared to do. Parents are scared to actually parent now. And I actually agree with that. Whether that's got anything to do with football or not, I don't know. But I actually do agree with that, to be honest. Really on again. Rotherham Town Centre is a shambles. It's such a rundown place full of chavs who hang around in groups up to no good. Yeah. Samuel, the British Empire was run from Rotherham. We had 3 prime ministers, and we have forgotten all of that. We also had the first bank outside of London built in Rotherham. I didn't know that. Don't know if any of you lot did. I didn't know that.
Bit of history there for you, Bez. But yeah, like I said, these people that are happy clapping, 100% they vote for Keir Starmer. 100%.
Oh yeah.
The people that like Matt
Nah,
Amshaw
even
like
worse.
Keir Starmer.
Even worse, I'll say they vote for Green Party.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, they probably do. You know what I mean? Like, these idiots, despite what's happened in Rotherham, still vote Labour.
No.
Labour have covered up grooming gangs for years and years and years and years in Rotherham, covered it up, and now we've got a flipping mayor with something going off. I'm not going to get into it, but it's a joke, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are still voting Labour, and these are the people that are still clapping for Matt Amshaw's shit football. Yeah? Jokers, man.
Ty looks tired tonight. He's sit for away. Yeah, he's moved forward now, bless him. But you were a long way away.
I went on the iPad.
Yeah.
iPad, I don't know. It's just been awful.
Peter Scott, Matt, the experience is crap, the football's crap, the beer's crap, the atmosphere's crap, the management's crap, ownership is all crap. Yeah. So Pete said, Pete's first comment was, try and be positive, lads. And 2 minutes later saying this. Yeah, cheers, Pete.
I told you what, yeah. I actually clapped some of the players, a small amount of them Saturday. But when the manager sort of came over, that's when I started booing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tiny. 1 minute, Tiny, right? The last comment here is just must be those facials, Lee. So just because what you said there, Tiny, I don't think we got your review of the Huddersfield game. So do you want to quickly give us what you thought? And obviously go through all that. If you clap the players, that's fine. I didn't clap the players. I thought they were awful, me. But yeah,
bear in mind, first time in weeks that I actually have clapped a few of them, just a margin of them, because I thought for a good 20 minutes we were actually.
Oh, he's gone again.
Yeah. Right, we'll move on then. Right, hopefully he comes back at some point. I don't know if his camera's gone or what, but right. I want to talk about, and we spoke about this quite a lot on this channel over the last, since it started. And I do want to talk about the injuries and the illness.
I just need to put this one up quickly, because I like this comment. It made me laugh.
Go on then. They'd vote for the other at a red ribbon round it.
Comment of the night, Andy Brown. Yeah. Andy Brown. Love it.
That's that. Love it. Yeah, you should favourite it, that, yeah.
Bez, quick one, just out of context. Who is? There's 2 seats in Rotherham, aren't there? Are they both Labour now? Still?
Well, they were Labour, but they're not now. I'm sure the.
It'll be Green Party next.
No, it won't be. It's Farage. Farage's party, I think.
Reform.
Did John Healy lose his seat in Rotherham North or whatever?
I'm not sure. Anyway, Tiny, quickly, Huddersfield game. Go. You've got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Quick sum up. First 20, we were all right. We could have had a few. Shout out to Liam Kelly. To be fair, I've given the lad some stick, and he were all right. To be honest with you, he battled, so that's fair to him. Players were getting frustrated with him for shooting. But to be fair, we've seen what he can do when he does get them chances. So I don't really blame him for having a crack when he's got space on edge. McWilliams had a good shot early on, didn't he? Forcing keeper into a decent save. Agbar for own goal. I don't know why he had to head it. I think that's probably Can's only. Probably he had a part to play in that. I think he should have called for it and claimed it. But yeah, Agbar weren't really under any real pressure as far as I'm concerned for that goal. But yeah, it just sums up season, doesn't it, really? It's what happens when you sit deep. Yeah.
Okay, right. Couple more comments. My point is just that we're raising Afro-clappers. We aren't raising first-lighters, and people having different opinions. I see it daily. Honestly, you won't believe what I see with parents. And yeah, again, I see that as well. The real Phil Smith. So I do know where you're coming from.
Bolton, Phil Smith, please stand up.
Yeah. Bolton last 7 wins and 4 draws in last 11, also scoring 8 goals in their last 2. only can see it's going one way, 2-0 to Rotherham. Can I ask some of that what you've been on? Rotherham gaming, I just get pissed. Yeah, don't blame you. It's not tiny, it's small. Right, okay. Right, now let's go back to injuries. I've started this conversation. So
that's
injuries and
got to be someone from Crowning, by the way. Rotherham gaming. That has to be someone from Crowning away days. Reveal you send.
I was talking to Huddersfield. He was there at Huddersfield.
Who is it? Who is it? Tell me.
I don't know his name.
It's not Nick, is it?
I don't know who that is, so can't say. That's your own work, Tiny. You go find out who that is. Yeah, right.
Maybe they'll comment.
Injuries and illnesses. So again, this week, I'm sure he's got his excuses already. The camp's full of illness. We must be not only the most injured side in the FL, but we have the most illness in the FL as well. Sorry, Lee.
Maybe he's got AIDS.
Maybe, yeah. Tom, I'm going to come to you, Tom. So, my first question is: do you believe that it's a true thing? They are all ill because, I beg to differ whether you can believe our media, whether you can believe the club, or is it just an excuse I'm sure he's going to use, almost like preparing? And if it is true, why are all our players getting sick all the time or injured? What's going on? Tell me what's going on.
Well, do you know what, right? I'm 40 this year. I'm 40 in April. And it's very rare I get ill. Right, very rare, and I'm not in the best of health either, and if that makes sense. I don't know. You just could not write it. We get injured every week. Players come off injured. Everybody's injured. If I had my full team here, and then now let's chuck into the mix. People are ill. Do we know what players are ill? I don't know.
No, right. I will defend the club. Right. Well, defend the illness. So, the real Phil Smith did come to the training ground last week, and he gave Matt Amshaw a cuddle. Yeah, give him a cuddle, right. and he was unwell, so he wouldn't go into the building. He was just outside with the players, and then I don't think he came and did any press conference the day after either. So I think there is an illness. I think that is genuine. I would say, but the injuries. Come on, man. We've had them all season. Like the media spin now is just wait till we get Jordan Hugill back. All will be okay. That's what they're saying in there. It's hideous. Yeah, this is hideous. He's moaning about injuries. He's moaning about lack of firepower, and he's got Biancheri on the bench getting splinters in his arse. The guy is a pudding. I hope his illness is AIDS. That's all I'm going to say.
I think with the illness side of things, right? I've not seen a report from any other club in League One where they say illness strikes. Honestly, I'm getting absolutely sick to death of excuses. Why even say in a press conference?
I don't even listen to his press conference.
Illness in the camp. Well, I don't either. I just see the headlines put out by the Brains Trust, that is Paul Davis on the Rotherham Advertiser. I'm sick to death of excuse after excuse. It's a long way to travel. We've had injuries. Now we've got illness. We've
had illness before, though. We had illness earlier on in the season as well. People were ill.
Oh well, do you know what? We're just absolutely cursed, then, aren't we? Obviously, we've smashed that many mirrors. We've killed.
Never mind. We could have Joshua Coyote back.
Never.
Oh, what?
In 2090 or something.
Josh Coyote.
Where's he been? What's he doing?
We're gonna win 3-0 now. Josh Coyote hat trick.
Josh Coyote. I don't even think he's alive.
Yeah.
He lives
buried in the Ivory Coast somewhere.
He lives with Lenny in his flat. So,
do you know what I would say though about the injuries and the illness, right? Is do you know when you're a player at a football club and you've lost interest in playing for this manager, for this club, because, like some players clearly have. When you do get a little bit ill, like you've got a cough or whatever, you then tell the manager, I'm sorry, but I'm dying here, a cold or flu, because you don't want to play for him. So I just wonder if, let's say Amshaw did get sacked on Sunday or Monday and a new manager came in, how many players would turn around and say, I'm fit for you, Gaffer? Because I think it'd be a lot. I really do. And this is another reason why sacking Amshaw will make a massive difference, because I think players who are saying now that they're injured or ill, I think they would be fit. And they would.
Why would you put your body on the line for Matt Amshaw? I remember Jordan Hugill putting his body on the line, and in every press conference, Matt Amshaw slagged him off. What's the point in
what is the story of Hugo then? Because I thought he was supposed to be out for the season. So what is the story?
I didn't read it. It was just something Paul Davis that posted. Time frame for Jordan Hugo could be a big boost, and I thought, listen, media spin is just spinning now. All they're doing is they've got, like, every time we lose, which is most weeks, they'll post another legend coming to play in the Legends game, because they've got nothing else to post. When they won that one game, I think they were on overdrive. They were posting pictures of them walking down the tunnel, pictures of them outside the ground, pictures of the goal going back like we'd scored 30 goals in the game. Embarrassing, yeah? The media spin is just to take the heat off Matt Amshaw. The media are complicit in this absolute disgrace season, and none of them will ask the questions. I'd love to interview Matt Amshaw at the end of the game. Yeah, let me interview him and see how he worms out of that, because he won't, because I'll deal with facts. And the facts are, Matt, your football is shit, mate. Yeah, take it somewhere else. Maltby Main might want it. Parkgate Retail World or whatever might want it. Some Sunday League on a Sunday morning might want it. We don't want to pay the third highest ticket prices to watch your shit, boring, defensive, anti-football shit anymore. Done. Finished.
Right. I'm gonna try and talk about something positive now. Before we review Bolton, I want to talk about one thing that could be classed as positive. So currently, Rotherham are obviously third bottom on 35 points. The team that are in fifth bottom, so the last team who stay in the division, are on 38 points. So 3 points above us. No games in hand between the two. They've both played the same amount of games. And interestingly, I'm pretty sure that it's Rotherham v Wigan or Wigan v Rotherham last game of the season. So that could be interesting. So Tiny, I'll come to you, right?
Yeah, go on.
What do you think Rotherham need to do? And I don't want you to just say, I'll sack the manager. In terms of results, what the Rotherham need to do, in your opinion, to stay in this division? So how many wins do you think we need for starters?
Thing is, it's not really in our hands, so we need to win as many games as possible, and all teams are playing.
It is in our hands, because you've got because you beat Wigan, you go above him.
How many of the relegation teams around us have we beat?
So Port Vale, Northampton twice.
We lost to Donny. We lost to Burton. We lost to, who else did we lose to?
Blackpool.
We've got Wigan away and Leyton Orient in the same week.
Yeah.
So we've got Wigan on Tuesday.
Blackpool are directly above us. We lost home and away to Blackpool. We've
Aggregate score of 7-0.
Orient, Doncaster, we lost home and away. Burton, we lost home and away, didn't we?
No, we drew at home. Lee, what's your point?
Mansfield, we lost.
Lee, what's your point?
The point is, we don't win games, so we're not staying up.
That's fine. I asked that. I asked, what do we need to do to stay up? I didn't ask that. I said, what do we need to do?
What do we do? The only way we can stay up is sacking the manager. That's it.
Yeah.
Period.
How many wins do you think we need to stay up?
We've got 11 games left. We need to win at least 4.
Yeah.
So if Rotherham won 4 games to beat this stuff up there.
It'll be tight. 5 will definitely step up, but yeah. But we've basically got to go on a run of wins that we've not done all season.
No, I agree with that. So we start the manager. Do you think a new manager would get these 4 wins?
Yeah.
Depends who.
Depends who the manager is. If it's Richard Wood, no. If it's Dale Tong, no. If it's a decent manager that we've actually not been a cheap option, like skimped out on, then yeah. But it depends who the manager is. Not any manager's going to do it. You've got to spend the money to get the right manager. There's a difference.
Okay.
I've got an interesting question. Where do you think we'd be if we'd have not sacked Steve Evans now? Like, where would we be?
I do think we'd have signed different players. I think we'd have been, in my opinion, top half.
I think you are building something on it, but it just didn't go well first season. Then, obviously, 4-0 defeat. Fans were on his back. He had to go. There were no other option. It was a poor season from start to finish.
Now we'd be begging you for 16th.
Well,
yeah.
Can I come in on Tiny's question there?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to revert back to the start of the show where Bez says, "Why do we think the Happy Clappers clap?" The Happy Clappers did not like Steve Evans because he dug players out. He said they were shit, and they don't like any sort of criticism of the players on the pitch. That's why
it's all right for Hugo.
That's why they wanted him out. They wanted him out, gone, blah, blah, blah. If we still had Evo now, and you know what? To be fair, I'm glad to Steve Evans that he's not here now because obviously he sorted his health out. He went away from the game. He lost his weight, and he looks like a new man now. He's doing relatively okay with Bristol Rovers.
He'll get him back up. He'll get him back up.
He probably will. If he stays next season, he'll have his plan. He'll get him promoted. So
he will.
Listen,
he'll probably get a bit of brass as well because even Bristol Rovers have like richer owners than us.
Well, Bristol's a lovely place, to be honest with you. It's one of the nice places
compared to Rotherham, anyway. To be fair, they have done up ground a bit and all.
Right, let's read some comments anyway. We've got Kaylee Wilson, 6-0 to Bolton. Yeah, it won't surprise me, Kaylee. Ray Grant, am I the only one? But it winds me up at home games when our announcer introduces the team as part of Yorkshire. It doesn't annoy me, but I know what you mean, Ray. It doesn't annoy me, but yeah, it
embarrassing.
Why it would annoy you. Sorry, say that again, Tiny.
Bit embarrassing, to be fair, from my perspective.
Russ, we've been ill all season. Yeah, that's true. The real Phil Smith. What's happened is men aren't men anymore, and they have a sniffle, and it's the end of the world. We are dealing with broken hills this week. Yeah. It sounds like Matt Amshaw prepared us for a loss. Yeah, we've already said that, Samuel. Tom Swift. Can't see many people going to the match. Plymouth had loads of injuries and are on the verge of the playoffs. It's mismanagement. Okay. Billy Allman, if Hamshaw's still here at the end of March, we'll nailed on be well adrift to safety. Shows how poor this league is that we're only 3 points of safety and we've been trapped all season. And that's interesting, actually, because I said this to someone else earlier. Even though Rotherham have been poor all season, apart from that one run in middle of the season where they had 9 games undefeated, they've not been any other run. Yeah. There's still only 3 points getting out of it, which should give you a little bit of hope. Billy Allman, Josh Kerry turns up for a 2-week, then disappears. Billy Allman baffles me how they're making an excuse for illness going round the camp this week. Probably will be the excuse if Bolton gives a pasting. Ross, we've not done out for 36 games. That's getting a bit much for us to start trying to pull trees up with 10 to play. ain't happening, lads. We're down. I'm sorry, but realistic. And yeah, unfortunately, we do agree with you, Russ. I was just trying to be a little bit positive, but obviously it's not gone down well. Rotherham Gaming thinks he's 5 wins. Yeah, that's what I think as well, Rotherham Gaming. We can't really see where our wins coming from this month. Probably scrappy 1-0, knowing our luck. Yeah, and that's what we do need, really. I'd take a scrappy 1-0 win on Saturday, somehow, if you can get it somehow. Bob Dude, evening lads, how we doing? Guessing not great. No, not great in terms of Rotherham, Bob, but
No.
yeah, general life we're all right. Tom Swift, we're already down with the run. We have need at least a 50% win ratio for 11 games. Absolutely no chance. And that's last comment. So yeah, a lot of fans have almost given up really, which is hard to take. Now let's move on to Bolton. So obviously we've got Bolton Wanderers on Saturday. Now Bolton are 3rd in the league, 9 points from getting that 2nd place though, which it does seem like it's probably too much at this stage. And you've got to say fair play to Cardiff and Lincoln, who have kind of run away with it. And especially Lincoln, obviously we discussed on our show. Lincoln deserve a lot of praise, not only for going to Cardiff.
Speaking of Lincoln, they have actually. This is a very small chance, but they actually have a chance to win promotion next Saturday, I believe. I did some research other night. They can win promotion against us next Saturday, with our help, to be fair, because if we beat Bolton tomorrow, then Bolton go ahead and lose on Tuesday to Donny. Lincoln win these 2 games they've got this week, so Saturday, Tuesday. That then puts Lincoln in a position next Saturday where they need to pray Bolton fail to win, and they win, because that'll put them on 86 points. Bolton will only be able to reach 84, meaning they'll be promoted. But that is very unlikely. That is talking Bolton lose to us, Donny and Port Vale.
A lot of risk there, and I can't see Rotherham beating Bolton, so that kind of messes it up straight away. So yeah, back to stats. So Bolton have scored 53 goals, which is the 6th best, so it's okay. Where they are good is they've only conceded 36, which is the 2nd best in the league. So to me, it looks like there's a good chance that Rotherham won't score because they don't concede and we don't create any chances whatsoever. It doesn't matter if Ronaldo's on that pitch or R9 or Messi, we still don't create chances. The last 5 games are undefeated, 2 wins and 3 draws, and their top goal scorer is Mason Bairstow. Lee, so Bolton on Saturday. We know they're one of the better sides in the division. What are your thoughts? Can Rotherham somehow get a win? Can Bolton turn up thinking this is easy and they get, they lose concentration, we get the win? We did beat Plymouth, so can we get a win, Lee, or not?
It's possible. I mean, it's a terrible league, isn't it? So you can never ever rule anything out. We'd have much better chance if we had a better manager, but we haven't. So I'm going to predict a 3-1 loss. I just think Matt Amshaw is a negative manager, sets up negatively, doesn't play to the strengths of what he's got available to him. So how can anybody moan about firepower? And you've got Gray, Nombe, Biancheri. Who else is there? What we've got available that's up front? Nombe, Gray, Biancheri. Who's the other one?
Hugo's injured, isn't he?
He's injured.
Watmore.
Duncan Watmore, yeah.
So you've got Watmore, Gray, Biancheri, Sam Nombe. That's more than enough for League One.
So out of them, right, I don't want to go for the whole team, but who out of those in an attacking sense would you start on Saturday, assuming they're all fit? So you've got Gray, Watmore, Nombe. You'd start them all?
Yeah. And I'd start Biancheri as well.
So where would you play these then? So explain where you'd put these position-wise.
So I'd sort of play like a 3 up front and then Biancheri playing in a number 10 floating round the front. So just behind the strikers.
Okay.
I'd just go for it.
No.
Because we need to win games now. That's it.
Yeah.
Attacking. Them players, if you play them in an attacking way, it will strike fear amongst most League One teams. 100%.
Definitely.
Right,
Well,
okay.
I'd set up a 4-4-2 on Saturday, and actually,
And then we'll go to you then, Tiny. So give me preview Bolton. So what do you think of Bolton, and give me what you do as the manager of Rotherham United.
I mean, Bolton, they're an alright side, don't get me wrong, but I do feel like they're not going to go up. Me personally, I think they've not got that in them to go up. Like, alright, they came from 2-0 down and scored 3 in 5 minutes to beat Wickham right at end. But I still think they'll beat us quite comfortably. Good side, good team. I think they are a bit mismanaged, but like I'd happily take their manager any day at week over ours. Big club, aren't they? I suppose Europe, Premier League. They had all the fun, didn't they, years ago? But yeah, on to my starting 11 for Saturday, pending they're all fit. So in net, I'd go for Super Ted Can, not put a foot wrong. Right back, I'd go Rafferty. I'd have centre backs Jules and Agba probably, because we have got injuries at that position and all. Then left back, I'd go James. I think he's solid. I don't think he puts a foot wrong. Probably consistent performer at season. Left mid, I'd go for probably go Stickman at left mid. Right mid.
Sorry, left mid. Who?
Stickman, Martha.
Oh, Martha. Okay.
Stickman.
Then 2 centre mids, I'd go for Powell and McWilliams. Benson's injured,
I
innit?
think McWilliams is out,
Spencer's
innit?
injured. Is he? Oh, brilliant. Oh, yeah, he did go down at Huddersfield, but yeah, pending fit. Right mid. Right, this is where it gets tricky because we haven't played this formation. Right mid, you know what? I'd go Harry Gray. I'd just say rip him to shreds down wing. You're quick. You're quicker than them. All right, he's a striker, but I reckon he could cause absolute trouble on wing. Obviously, I'm sure as sort of, but he's played in wing back. There's a difference. If you give him freedom at right hand side at midfield, he'd rip him to shreds. Then my top 2 would be Watmore. Actually, right mid, I'd go Biancheri. So top 2, Watmore and Gray.
Right. So
I think Nombe, I'd drop him. He's not been good for weeks. I think he needs an humbling, to be honest. Like, you can't just play poorly for weeks on weeks and just expect to start. For me, I'd have a bit of backbone and I'd drop him.
No, but is it not more to do with the fact we don't create anything? I don't think it's just Nombe.
True, could be that, but
It's graveyard shift, isn't it?
You think? Yeah.
Just quickly put this comment.
I'm going to go through some comments now. Sorry, so I'll go through them. So when you get to yours, Lee, just tell them, right? So Kay Wilson said there's no Gray. I don't know how true that is. Tom Smith, Bolton not lost over 10 league games. Yeah. Jordan said, how many points do you think we'll finish on come end of season? Quickly, Tom, how many points do you think we'll end up on? Just a number.
How many points do you think we'll get?
So we're currently on 35.
44.
Lee?
With Matt, are you telling me Matt Amshaw's still in charge or without him? Because there's 2 different ones.
Whatever you think he's going to be in charge, so he's going to be in charge.
44.
So if he's in charge, I said we'll get probably another 4 points this season.
So 39. Wow, that is poor. Tiny?
40.
40, right, okay. There you are, Jordan. I'm unfortunately going same as Tom. I think about 44, 43, 44. Gary Lilly, how the hell did we beat Lincoln 3-0, lads? Did they turn up? Now, to me, and I don't want to take all the credit away from Shaw, the games where we have like dominated in terms of scoreline, Lincoln, Exeter. I feel it's more to do with quality of players have kind of got the manager out of the mess, if you like. Because I do think the players, and a lot of us on here think that the quality of players is quite good.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's why I think we won that game. Wayne Earl, Rotherham win. Wayne,
so this is the one I want to comment on. So
this
Wayne
one,
Wayne Earl has put a Rotherham win.
Yeah.
I support my club. So
in
other words, he's trying to say that Tiny, who said that Bolton will win, he doesn't support his club. Although Tiny goes all over the country watching Rotherham.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I love a win, but with this squad and this manager, I can't. Well, not the squad, with this manager.
That's what I'm saying. This guy is virtually trying to say people like yourself that don't accept these shit standards are not supporting the club. Well, you clearly are supporting them.
Yeah, I'm just saying Bolton are miles better than us off the park.
Exactly. So I just, this mentality of if you don't pick Rotherham to win, or you don't
back the
think
manager,
the manager's good enough, you don't support Rotherham. That just gets on my tits all the time.
Don't get me wrong, when I'm Shaw first come in, I wished him best. I were hoping he would do well, but I think it was more hope than expectation because, like, I knew he were inexperienced. He's obviously been tea lady at Derby and Rotherham. So that's his experience, just running around with cups of tea and coffees. But yeah, that's where we went wrong.
Russ, when you look at us beating Sunderland 5-1 a few years ago, wow, how one team goes one way and the other team another way. That team has not been built on to progress. And yes, again, I can't disagree with you, Russ. I still think the quality of the side is good enough to win games. And look, I don't want to sit here and put the whole blame on one person, but it does feel like, if you were to remove that one man out, I'd even be happy to keep Dale Tong and Richard Wood. Just move that one man who the manager is now and replace him with a capable manager. I think this team starts winning games. I really do. John Fellas, I just hope our midfielders can be a little bit more creative. We've been missing out that little pass or through ball here. Now, I want to tell you what it's actually, Tom John. I want to come to you, Tom, right? So we all say, me, Lee, Tiny, yourself, have all said that whoever's up front, it's the graveyard shift. They get no support. There's no creativity. They never have a chance. They never have a chance, right? But if you look at our midfield, you've got Dango, very creative. Keon Spence, very creative, can score goals from midfield. Joe Powell, very creative. Marta, the winger who should get to the byline, footballs in. I just named 4, 5 creative players. Why are we not creating? Now, I know you're going to say, you could say it's just down to the manager, but if you're Dango, why don't you go out on pitch and just do your own thing and ignore manager?
Well, it's me. Right, here we go. Right, so listen, I get that. But at the same time, players have to listen to management. Because if they don't, managers have got egos and they will drop them. So they've got to do what the manager says. End of story. Would I like them to start doing what they want? Absolutely, because that shows that the manager has then lost the changing room where you go and do what you want. But these lads obviously have been brought up, to listen to the manager. The creativity, shocking. It's the turnover of possession. It's the tactics of when we get the ball, not winning second balls. They've been coached so badly that they just can't be able to do what the manager tells them to do. However, they still stick with the manager. It baffles me. It really does. And because we've got such a young team, gents, right? They're not going to revolt against. They're not going to revolt against the manager. They're not. And a lot of the lads that are older are at the end of their careers. Liam Kelly, Jordan Hugel. You know what I'm saying? What more? Who's there? Who's playing for a move to a championship top-end League One club next season? He's not going to be with us next season. So we've got a lot of youngsters in there. This is being treated like an under-23s team. I'm not going to lie. That's what it is.
Okay. Gary Lilley, this is for you, Tiny. No Baptiste. You didn't pick Baptiste, Tiny. Did you forget about him or was he not getting your team?
He's had a few shaky games recently. Young lad, take pressure off him a bit. Drop him for a game potentially. Bring him on later on in game. Again, a bit like Nombe, just a bit of like humbling. Like, because don't get me wrong, he's been a standout performer this season. To be fair to the lad, young lad from Sheffield United, come in, done a solid job to be honest. But recently he's not been at it. And for me as a manager, if players aren't performing to the standard that I set, then I drop him really for a game, just for a game or two.
Yeah, fair enough. Ed Felson, Turbo, gears away. Turbo, gears away. Way.
No,
that is Felson, though. Russ Bailey, 42 points will finish on. Wayne Neal, I still believe we will not go down. Lee,
hopefully, Wayne.
Respond to this. He's your favourite guy, this lad. So, thoughts on that? Delusional or realistic?
Why are we even discussing we're getting relegated with this team? It shouldn't go down. Are you then going to pass off, if we don't go down, an achievement to Matt Amshaw because your standards are that low? We shouldn't fucking go down.
And
so
that is...
even if we won every game now to the end of the season, I would still sack the useless cunt.
Yeah, fair enough. Danny, do we know which players specifically have been hit by this illness, or did they just generalise by saying it's good to have an illness? I've not seen the article, so if anyone who's seen it, do you know? Tom, Tiny, Lee?
I won't read it. I can't read it.
No.
I can't read it.
See, Danny, the problem is, Danny, none of us like to read what Paul Davis puts out, and we don't like to listen to what that clown says. So yeah,
I would like to read it, but it's just full of advertisement spams. Pay for this. What?
Right now, Matt will be there next season.
Yeah.
If there's a chance he could be. If he is there, he could go down again. That is a fact. Jordan standing fifth. Most of our team is around my age, and I'm 22, near 23. And yeah, just on this, actually, I want to talk about this. I'll come back to you, Tom, as well. So I think you mentioned, actually, one thing I think Rotherham have done really badly over the last 2 years is go from one extreme to other. So when Steve Evans were here, the type of signing was experienced League One players who've had promotion with different clubs within the last 2 or 3 years. You know, Dawson, Raggett, Rafferty, right? Yep. And only a year later, we've gone from signing an average of a 29, 30-year-old to, an average of 21, 22. Now, do you think that's a potential flaw in why we're doing badly?
Bez, apart from the coach, it's the biggest flaw. You can't put a bunch of young kids together in men's football, right, with some senior players who are below average and expect us to do very well. So, yes, if we had a proper manager, put a Warnock, put his arm around them. Come on, lad. Yeah, you're going to be great. Blah, blah, blah. But no, we've got kids and then a few senior pros who I don't have much faith in. I'm not going to lie. We've dropped Cam Dawson, who was a senior pro. He's on the bench. You got James and Rafferty. Yeah, do you know what? They're not bad, but do you know what? I wouldn't run through a brick wall for them too, right? And then Liam Kelly dossing about Park Gate, right? And then the rest of it, Jordan Hugel, who I will say is a senior professional, and I really wish that he was fit to help the likes of Harry Gray and Biancheri. But then you look at everything else. You've got Martha, you've got Spence injured, Benson injured. They're not in and around the team. So listen,
I think Hugo's fed up for Amshaw, me.
Yeah,
he's obviously been managed. He's been managed by some top managers, hasn't he, over his time? I think Warnock's had him, hasn't he?
Ooh, has he? He maybe has. Maybe.
Potentially. Middlesbrough, I think he was
Borough,
there when
maybe,
we were
yeah,
up
Borough.
in it.
Yeah,
He's
potentially.
managed by Daniel Fark.
Norwich,
All
yeah.
top end managers, and he's now got some clueless clown from Rotherham
So
who's
Lee,
just living on.
I want to ask you this, Lee. Right. So based on what we just talked about there, what Tom was talking about having experienced players and young players going forward, right? This model of signing these type of players, and we still think these type of players are good. It's just the manager. Do you want Rotherham to continue what they're doing in terms of the transfer recruitment, or do you think because they're going down, it's not worked?
Well, it's not worked. How's it work? I mean, you talk about these young players like we've signed players on a permanent or on long-term contracts. The best players that we've signed, the young players, will not be with us long-term because they've got big futures at the other clubs. Dangor, Gray, they're the players you want to keep, we're never keeping. And some of the other young players, like the Poundland Morgan Gibbs White, what we've signed is shit.
Okay.
So really, no. I'd prefer to sign players like Evans did. I'd prefer a mixture of quality. I'd prefer us to sign. What we used to do is when we come down for the championship, we'd sign the best League One players to get us back out of the championship, and it always worked. It didn't work for one season, but I think it was unfair that Amshaw got sacked. Evans got sacked because he lost his best player of the season in the goalkeeper. He got sold. He lost Ali Rathbone. He lost a week before the season started. He lost.
He wasn't replaced.
Wasn't replaced. He lost Tier. So he lost all his best assets, and they replaced him with free transfers, and then said he broke the budget because the media was out for him from day one. They used the narrative that he signed high players on high wages, which I believe was rubbish anyway. We dropped the wage bill from when we was in the championship. Any club that drops from the championship to League One are going to have a high wage bill. Look at Luton. Look at the majority of teams that drop from the championship. If Oxford go down, they'll have the highest wage they'll have ever had in League One. It's a natural progression of having been in the championship. But
I don't think Oxford do.
Oh, he's blown millions. Is he heck? They're all flipping free transfers, you wallies. Yeah, you've just sold the best goalkeeper in the league by a country mile, not give him the money. You've sold your best midfielder, not give him the money. You've sold the second best midfielder, not give him the money, and you've signed it with freebies. Nonsense. The narrative against Steve Evans was a disgrace from the fans and the media. Yeah, and the club have carried on that disgrace this season in the centenary year, not recognising Steve Evans. Scumbags, the lot of them.
I completely agree with
everything
you just said.
I agree with that as well, Lee.
Probably one of the greatest managers in history at club and all.
Well, yeah,
it took us when we were nothing.
Yeah. Right, a few more comments, then we're finished because it is 9 o'clock. So, Kelly Wilson, Lee gives away, Tiny gives away, Bez gives away. Hey, not Tom. You can get lost, Tom. Jake Carter, who would you actually get in? Who's realistic? So this is a manager. I know we've had this question before. I know you don't like it. Tiny, who's your choice? Just one name.
Darren Ferguson. Why not?
Darren Ferguson. Turbo Tom.
Oh God, Steve Bruce, why not?
Steve Bruce, okay. Mr. Lee Bush.
I got Robbie Savage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go that as well. I'll go that as well. But I mean,
because Forest Green they've actually dropped off a little bit, last few weeks. But okay,
they have.
Right, okay. I don't know. I'd still stick with Neil Critchley just because he's on a free transfer. Right. Yeah, obviously one of Bush's fake accounts there. We'll not read that. Ed Felson, Bushy, tell Turbo who I am. Apparently you know him.
Ed Felson is Carl.
All right, Carl.
Right, okay. Rotherham Gaming, so I assume that's points. He's gone for 48 points, which is quite high, and that gives you a chance of staying up, that does. Jordan standing fifth. It's just a big difference compared to before when we would go for experienced players over 30. Now we're going for young players with little experience that needs game time to help start their career. Yep, that's exactly what we've done.
You know what annoys me? The fact that Oxford, who are a smaller club than us, have got a chance to stay in the Championship, and that'd be if they stayed up, they'd be going into the third season.
Second season.
If they stayed up, they'd be going third. They were.
Is that right? Third season. Well, what I would say though is So I agree. Oxford are probably smaller than Rotherham. However, they did sign players like Michael Hellick for £2 million, whereas Rotherham didn't sign all like that.
We splashed out £1 million on Number though when they were about 500.
But they signed him for 2, and also that's one player. They brought in Jamie Donnelly on loan who did well at League One. What Oxford have done really well is they brought in players who were good at League One. Like I think Lee was saying earlier, actually, as Lee just goes off there. I just think the recruitment's been a lot better than our time, to be fair. Danny, maybe we shouldn't survive. Some Blues fans will credit Hampshire with the great escape. Yeah, that's what Lee was saying. We've got another one gone as well. Jane Taylor, Lee Bush, give us a wave. He's gone now, sorry. Taylor Wilson, Lee and Tiny, you are my favourites. Right? There's only 2 left, Tom. There's only 2 left.
Cheers, Kaylee.
Yeah. Jane, Lee, you are my favourite. Tom, give us a wave. There you are, Tom. Give you a wave. Gary Lidgoff is savage. Ed Felson, Bushy, can you start the stream?
Yeah,
for us?
I'm gonna.
I've done it. Tom.
We're finishing now anyway. I'm just going to read these comments, then we're done, Tom. Lee, you're my favourite of the podcast. Another fake profile for Lee. Samuel,
fake profiles, apparently.
Took 90 years and £1 million on one play. Yeah, that does annoy me as well, Samuel, really. And the last but not least, Ed Felson, Kaylee Specsavers, want you in for an iron hearing test. Yes, I couldn't agree more, Carl. Right, it has gone 9 o'clock. Before we go, this literally has been the most fans we've ever had on one of these podcasts watching. So everyone who's watching, really do appreciate it. It's probably been one of the messiest podcasts we've done as well, I'd say. Normally a bit better than this, I'd argue. We will be back with a video tomorrow, which is mine and Lee's League One predictions. That should be at 10 o'clock tomorrow, so make sure you catch that. After that, you'll have Saturday, the after-match live, which I assume will be 3 o'clock, Lee, with it being a 12:30 kickoff. Is that right?
Yeah, it'll be about around 3 o'clock. And my fake profile again, Lee, you are the best. Thank you, Kaylee. Much appreciated.
Yeah. Then Monday on this channel, it'll be obviously Miller's Monday with your host, Lee Bush. That's it, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening to us talk absolute nonsense for an hour. Hopefully, we do get a result somehow on Saturday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you subscribe to the channel, you will get notifications when we go live. So just remember that. And we will see you all at the weekend. Up the Millers. Cheers, everyone. Night.
Millers.